Are there any other senators who wish? Yes, Senator STEELE-JOHN.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I seek leave to make comment on document 13.
So you're taking note?
Take note of document 13.
Thank you, Senator STEELE-JOHN.
No worries at all. Over the break, the government tabled their response to the first report of the Joint Standing Committee on the NBN. In their response, the government did not support any of the recommendations of the Majority Committee and supported only 14 in principle, while outright rejecting the other 9. Indeed, they had the gall to say that they were disappointed that the committee still didn't understand what they regarded to be the fundamentals of the NBN. I'm not sure, but surely the government must be able to see the irony at the heart of this statement. A statement that after 191 submissions, the holding of 15 public hearings and the receiving of 179 testimony of witnesses, that the committee still didn't get the NBN. Well, this government is, surprisingly on this one, half right. There is a failure to understand. But it is the government's failure to understand what the people of Australia need and want from the national broadband network. And there is certainly plenty of disappointment in that regard. It is disappointment that the government took the NBN, gutted it and replaced it with a mixed technology mongrel that is failing Australia on all fronts. For the benefit of the Chamber and those listening at home, I want to briefly review some of the recommendations that the government found so offensive and unnecessary in the NBN committee report, so much so that it could not support them. They didn't support the idea of planning for the future beyond a shoddy and broken network that they are currently deploying. They refused to plan for and cost the only future-proof solution to the NBN, that being fibre to the premises. The government also does not support the best practice installation of the NBN, so that once a premise is connected, it is ready for service and unlikely to require repeat visits. The government also could not bring itself to support NBN Co identifying and disclosing the premises that were previously slated for fibre and which have been downgraded to the already overloaded satellite system, and to bring itself to explain the decision why. But, you know, why really have transparency? It's kind of overrated, particularly in the telecommunications space. The government does not also support setting up a rural and regional reference group to consult on the Sky Muster services and to provide oversight of the extreme issues and delays that rural and regional Australians have suffered in trying to connect and use the NBN. And it does surprise me that the passionate and often vocal members of the National Party in this chamber haven't had something to say about that. And finally, they do not support the idea that the NBN should identify their complaints processes for consumers, for customers, and that this information should be provided in a way that meets Australian government accessibility standards. So not only do they seem not to care about whether customers have complaints with the NBN, they also don't care about whether those systems can be accessed accessibly for people with a disability. Now, the committee understands that the pitiable excuse of an NBN that the government has dumped on the Australian people, we understand it in great detail. That has been our job. They understand because they actually read the 191 submissions and listened to the 179 testimonies that were given, again, over 15 hearings. The government have now made it overwhelmingly clear that they do not care, that their vision for the NBN is broken, and that they have no intention of rolling out an NBN that is fast, affordable, reliable or future-proof. In short, they simply don't care about delivering the service that Australians need. If I could make one recommendation, in the hope that it may resonate with the government, it would be to simply end this rolling nightmare. Call an election, lose the damn thing, and step away from the NBN before you hurt yourself. I thank the Chamber for its time.
Thank you.